All right. Welcome to the very first podcast for Trailblazers Inc. And I'm thrilled to start with a good friend of mine, Cristina Barillas from Chicago, who is a real UA goddess, who is a UA sister and a friend. I'm honored to call her that. We are both UA members. I'm in Canada, she's in the United States. And for those who do not know what UA means, it is the United Association of the Journeymen and Apprentices of the Plumbing and Pipe Fitting Industry of the United States and Canada. So, Cristina is a plumber out of Local Union 130. She is also the founder of the Women of 130. Yes, I'm reading this because it's a very long list. So I'm going to keep going on, Cristina, and then I want you to share your story with everyone, all right?
All right.
Okay, so she is on the National Executive Board member, Labor Council of Latin American Advancement. She's also Financial Secretary, Chicago Metro of the same council, I do believe, right, Cristina?
Yes.
Okay.
For the local chapter.
Awesome. Chicago, you are a board member of the Chicago Women in Trades. You are recording secretary of the American Society of Sanitary Engineers. You are also a UA Political Engagement Committee member and described by Mark McManus, General President of UA. You know what I'm going to say?
I know. I
know. You are an Energizer bunny. I love it. Anyways, if you could be so kind as to tell us all your story, how you got started, your favorite things about the trades. I'm just going to Energizer bunny, turn you on and let you go.
Sounds good. Well, let's see. Actually, before I did even apply for the apprenticeship, I was a makeup artist. And I had a friend that was in the trades, and I had decided that doing makeup wasn't a very stable career. I did not want to retire in that. So in a discussion, she had mentioned joining a trade. So I signed up for the electricians, and then I signed up for the plumbers. And just so happened, this was in 1998. The plumbers are the ones that contacted me first. So I always describe it as the plumbers picked me. I didn't pick the plumbers. Yes. And it just ended up being a very good fit. My first couple days as a plumber were probably not the greatest. I was not welcome with open arms, as most would think, but I ultimately just made the best of it and tried to learn as much as possible with the group of guys that I worked with, which ended up being really, really great group of guys. We became like a family, and we were very close. So, throughout my years, it's been 20 years, going to be going on 21 in April, of being a plumber. It's been very good to me, and it's taught me a lot about myself, a lot about patience, a lot about wanting to make things better, about really wanting people to apprentices to learn what the trade is and really trying to help people out in it.
So. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, can you share some stories or experience about all the boards that you sit on and how you got started in that? I mean, how and why? So let's start with the Women of 130. How and why? I know why, but share with everyone else.
Right? So Women of 130 started with a group of three of us. It was Sarah Stigler, myself, and Lolita. And by chance, we all happened to be a different color. So I was the Latina, Lolita is my Black sister, and then Sarah Stigler is my white sister. And, they started a couple years after me, and joining the trade, having the support, having the mentorship, having somebody that looks like you and that has experienced it and is there to help you and guide you is instrumental and is so helpful. I didn't have it when I first joined. I know Sarah and Lolita didn't have it. So we created this group to kind of help guide these ladies in throughout their journey to make sure that their journey is better than the journey that we had going through.
Oh,
So
perfect.
it was definitely a group effort, and I am blessed to have known and to have these ladies in my life. They are the epitome of sisterhood, and we really go through everything together. We discuss things. We don't do anything without having each other's opinions on it, and guidance. So this is something I strongly, I think is something every local should have. Just a group that you can go back to. If something goes wrong on a job and you don't feel comfortable, you have somebody that you can relate to and talk to about it with no judgment. It's a judgment-free zone. You can say anything, you can ask any question. You don't have to feel like it's stupid or you should already know it. And definitely creates and helps ladies kind of strive and become the plumbers that they should be,
Well, I
for
applaud you for
sure.
creating it, and it's just amazing. I agree. I think every local should have it, and more. Maybe every trade. I don't know how we get it started,
Oh,
but Christina, you've started a ball that is rolling, and I hope it continues. Thank you very much for doing that. Now, what about all the
oh,
other amazing
absolutely.
boards that you sit on, and all the wonderful things that you do?
So, National LACLA, which is the Labor Council of Latin American Advancement, I have been blessed to be on that board. And basically, we work for worker rights, women rights, LGBTQ rights, and immigrants. And it's an organization that has helped me grow as a leader. The people that I sit on this board with are not like myself. I'm a tradesman. I work on the field. I'm not an officer in my local or anything like that. And I sit next to the GST for the machinists union. I mean, what is that? The national GST. It's not even like it's the local chapter. A wonderful person, a wonderful role model. I mean, these are people that I aspire to be like, and to aspire to be in their position one day. So this labor council not only has taught me and how to fight for rights, and how to go about creating legislation and things like that to help people out. But it has also given me the tools on how to better prepare myself to be in a leading position and to become a leader, and to become a good leader, a leader that listens, a leader that doesn't only state things but follows it through by action, with all these people that I work with shoulder to shoulder on this board. And let me tell you, they have some amazing women. Yanira Moreno, she is the very first female president of this national board. She comes from La Yuna, and she is an immigrant. She came from El Salvador, which is where my parents come from. So I hold her very near and dear to my heart, because we are compañeras. We come from the same country. So to see her have come from El Salvador as an immigrant, and go from just being, in the regular ranks working in a factory, to becoming a national president for a major organization is amazing. It's such an inspiration. I also have Evelyn de Jesus. She is now the executive vice president for AFT, which is the American Federation of Teachers Union. So this is somebody else that I look up to and I aspire to be. And I get to see her. I get to see her talk. I get to see how she works, and she guides me and helps me. So this organization has given me a lot as far as skills to add to my little arsenal of becoming a true leader.
I think you're quite a leader already. but but yes, isn't it funny how, we don't sometimes think that we are trailblazers because we're surrounded by others who have done what we think is so much more, and we tend to downplay our own things, right? And I mean, I look at this huge list of things that you've done, and it's just amazing. Yet you still hold others in such high regard. It's just
Oh
kind
yeah.
of how we are, isn't it? But it sounds like, yeah, there's a lot of people that have inspired you, right? And I think that's really incredible. We're not always blessed to have women around us that inspire us, right? So I think that is key to success in a lot of our stories. Um, yes, are there, I mean, the list goes on and on. What else? What do you want to talk about next? Let's talk about the political engagement committee. You
Oh
have,
yeah.
we could
Yeah.
talk for
Well,
hours, and
I gotta
sometimes
say,
we do.
we do every other Friday. No, just kidding. But the political engagement committee came to me as a surprise. When I got the phone call from Mark McManus to be a part of it, being a part of this committee means a lot because I do pay attention a lot to the politics of the world, and it's something that I'm extremely very interested in because of how it affects everybody. When I got the phone call from Mark McManus to be a part of it, being a part of this committee means a lot because I do pay attention a lot to the politics of the world, and it's something that I'm extremely very interested in because of how it affects everybody. So the political engagement committee to me is something that is very vital, especially with such a divided country that we have now here in the United States. But it's a good way to kind of help educate people. And I think a lot of people do need that education on the politics and the policies and how it's not so black and white and that there is a lot of gray in the middle. And you can't expect a lot from your politicians, but you have to be able to hold them accountable and realize who's actually doing the work and what kind of work do you want to get done. For myself, there's a lot of things I can look at when it comes to politics for me that will benefit me. But at a whole, what benefits me doesn't benefit everybody in my local. So it's one of those things where you kind of really educate people and show people, the betterment, and to kind of think outside the box of what they know and really learn about what politics really is. And I appreciate being on this committee. It is something that I truly, truly enjoy. And I've gotten such a good joy out of politics over like the last 15 years. Being in a union makes a big difference. Once I joined, learning what politicians were so against unions and have been fighting so much against it. And here I am, I'm a part of it. I'm trying to get other people to become a part of my local, having great joy and pride in my local. So you have to know then that side and to know who your actual allies are and who aren't your allies. So kind of goes hand in hand, in going into the future with my career and stuff. So yeah, I'm very proud to be on this committee. I'm very excited
You're doing,
to see what go forward.
yeah, you're doing amazing things, and it's, again, proud to be a sister of yours for sure. Yes, you have so many Chicago Women in Trades board member, recording secretary for American Society of Sanitary Engineers. Where do we go next, Christina?
Let's talk about CMIT. Let's talk about Chicago Women in the Trades. That kind of go hand in hand with Women of 130. Because we were able to use their facilities to kind of hold our meetings. But Chicago Women in the Trades is very important to me because it's an organization that teaches women about union careers, about something that is not the atypical career, or choice that a woman might want to take, but it gives them that option. It teaches them, hey, there's something else out here, something that you can support your family, that, will be stable in the future. You can have a retirement, you can have a pension, you don't have to worry about it. So I did not go through Chicago Women in the Trades to get into my local, but since I've learned about Chicago Women in the Trades, I have volunteered. And I am very proud to be a volunteer there and tell people about my own trade and get people excited to become a plumber. They asked me at the beginning of this year to be part of the board, which is quite exciting, and I'm very thankful for. So now being part of the board, I get more on the ins and outs on how the whole organization works, and I am on part of the policy and advocacy committee, which does a lot of we focus in on the legislation and creating things that will be better for women in the future. And being a part of that is good. Kind of, I guess, kind of goes in hand with the UAPEC also, kind of thing, where because we're all working for the betterment of working people.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chicago Women of Trades is just as important as to me as like Women of 130, because it's all about the sisterhood, and it's all about having that support, and somebody that you can rely on and that you can go back to without judgment.
Yeah,
So
that's wonderful. Really wonderful. Wonderful. Like I said, you're doing amazing things, sister. So let's go back a bit. After all, we have your amazing resume in front of us, right? Let's go back a bit and tell me what you like about being in your trade. What's one of your favorite things, or is there, a favorite thing, and somewhere, what's next for you?
So years ago, I would have been like, my favorite thing is building. You go out there and you're actually constructing something that's vital for people in their life. But I have to say, my views have changed as of recent to my favorite thing about my job is helping others and making sure that other people are good at that job, and they're good at their job, and they're getting the training that they need, and if they have any questions they can call me. So I've had it several times throughout the day where somebody will call me. They'll be on a job, they don't know how to do it, or they have a question about it, or they're questioning themselves and they just want to get that affirmation that yes, you're right, this is how you want to do it. And that's what I like, and that to me is my highlight right now, is knowing that I can be somebody's mentor. I can be there for somebody when they need help, and I can help somebody become a better plumber. And to me, there's nothing better than that. That's because that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
We take an oath. Once you become a journeyman, you're supposed to be there for your apprentices. Once you're a journeyman, you're supposed to help your fellow brother. So to me, at this point in my life, that is my favorite thing about my job right now, is to be there and to be an assistant and to help other people strive in our field.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we definitely need more mentors. So good on you for doing that. And I mean, we can tell that your heart is really in it, right? And when you truly want to help people, you will. You really make a difference, and they'll never forget you, right?
Yeah.
And you will create that in them, right? When they journey out, or maybe they are journeyed out already, which means they're already journeyman certified, journey person certified, however you want to say it.
However you want to say it.
It's always good to have somebody that you can call for assistance, or if you're having a bad day, just say, hey, you know what? Help me out here. So, and if you're anything like me in my trade, I didn't have that when I was around. I mean, I had my dad, I had a few choice people, but I think we need way more. And for women in the trades, we need other women. It helps in our journey for sure. So
Yeah.
next question, what's next for you? What you've done so much, I can't even imagine. President of the United States, perhaps? I'm not sure.
Well, let me tell you, there was a couple of years ago that I worked with this gentleman at the airport, Jim, and I want to say it was right around where Barack Obama was going to be elected president, and I told him, I said, you know what I want to do? I said, I want to be the plumber at the White House. So that's where I want to go.
You're going to get in the White House one way or another, as a plumber, as a president.
Right, somehow. So he had actually texted me for my birthday on Monday and said, I think there's a position for a plumber in the White House.
Yes.
So you never know. That might be it.
Absolutely. I would love to see you there.
My ultimate goal has always to be an officer of my hall. And now with the connections and the people that I've met and stuff in the committee that I'm on, maybe in the UA. You never know. The sky's the limit.
The sky,
Only I can hold myself back.
that's exactly it. Exactly. I mean, you've done such amazing things already. I can't wait to see where you go, because you are definitely going places, sister, and you have a support of so many women, right? So many, not just the women, right?
Yeah.
McManus himself. I mean, we know there's a long list. There's a long list people that are helping you on the way. Not that you need help, but we support you 100%, 110%.
And it's appreciated. You need that support. You need somebody behind you, because you know, we can be happy and everything, you know, throughout the day, but you never know. You know, sometimes you just need that little extra push, that little extra guidance, and if I can get that, that's great, and if I can give it, even better.
Yes.
You know, it's what we're here for. You know, our journey doesn't end once we get our card. Our journey continues, and we have to be there for others, and we have to, like I said, my motto has always been, you know, I want to make your journey better than mine. I've told all my girls that. I've told my brothers that. I'm like, that is what I'm here for, is to make your journey better than mine. And if I can do that, great. And then you do that for the next person behind you.
Yeah. And
that's all I've ever asked.
Yeah. Good on you for doing that. And thank you so very, very much. I have not had the pleasure of working with you. I've spent many chats and maybe a couple of beverages enjoying your time, but yeah, no, it's you're such a pleasure to know. I'm sure you're amazing to work with. So let's reel it back a little bit. Can you tell me a typical day in the life of Cristina? What's a typical day for you? Come on.
Well, let's see. I wake up early to 2 freaking crazy dogs right now. They're spoiled rotten, but you know, it's nowadays it's getting up early, going out to work. You never know what you're gonna do, but you know, you go out and do it, and for your 8 hours, you put it in, and now I'm trying to get my associate's degree, so I'm going to school. Wow. I'm doing my OSHA 30 training. Doing that and going to school at the same time, almost impossible, but I'm trying to do that, as well as the committees that I sit on, and our meetings and stuff that I have. You know, I can have up to 2 to 3 meetings a night, depending on the week. So yeah, so my schedule is a little on the busy side, but and crazy, but probably just as crazy as I am. So I guess I make it work out really well.
It suits you well. Sometimes you gotta be a little crazy to do fun things in life, don't you?
Right. So, and then on top of it, I'm trying to get my RPZ license. So I'm applying for that. And
okay, so what is that?
License.
For those that don't know, the RPZ.
RPZ license is a backflow license. Okay. So you have to be licensed in order to test them. Okay. So, and that's just like a little notch on your belt kind of thing. So that's one of the things that I'm planning on getting. I'm trying to figure out a time, because I don't want to, because it's like a week-long process. So I don't want to do it while I'm in school, because then that takes away from the studies. And it's bad enough I'm doing it online. No, I'm old school. I like to be sitting person to person when I see my teacher, but
yes,
I'm trying something new, you know. Yes. You got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, it's hard to adjust to the online stuff. Yes, true. Very much. Speaking of online, the Tradeswomen Build Nations conference was online this year, and you and 2 other UA sisters, well, it was a lot of UA going on at the conference. You were there representing. So yes, I really enjoyed what you had to say. You're everywhere, man. I mean, way back when we were in person, I was just talking earlier about our UA journal. You're all over in our UA journal doing the great things. But yes, being virtual, back to being virtual. It is challenging to do the studies and do,
Yeah.
I mean, even seeing your friends, right? And trying to get anything accomplished. I know within the UA, we've had to change all of our courses over, right? To
Mhm.
being online. So we've got some sisters that are working hard, that are instructors and stuff that are struggling as well because they're trying to create the courses for us.
Right.
And it's quite a different world we live in right now. And the United States is going through a big change.
First woman vice president, woman of color vice president. I couldn't be any more excited.
That's amazing. Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to settle out. I think that is just, we're all just going to glow for a good, I don't know, several years.
I
And
was gonna say
it's just
4 years.
yeah,
4 years
years
till she runs for president.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to end. It's not going to end. What she has done for um for women everywhere,
Yes.
and they're going to make some changes, right? They have a whole new program, right, in place. I know we try not to talk about politics too much, but that's a woman that has shattered the glass ceiling. So it's
Yes, she
amazing.
has.
It's really amazing to
Here,
see.
here in the
So.
United, I think the United States was the only country that hasn't had a female in a high position like that, because that's more common in Europe and even African countries and stuff like that, to have a woman in as a president.
Yeah.
I was gonna say even in the Middle Eastern countries.
Some, yeah, some, yeah, and some are still very oppressed, right? So hopefully this will even rattle the worlds there
Yeah,
and say,
you know,
and make some changes. Sorry, that was just some sort of thing that just came up on my computer. Anyways, yes. So I've kept you for a long time now. I don't want to eat up too much of your evening. I know you worked hard all day, and it's later there than it is where I am. So I mean, I could talk to you all night, and yeah, we have lots of questions. So I do want to ask you, if you have any advice for women that are possibly considering joining the trades as their career choice. What would you say to them? Or yeah, let's leave it at that.
um, I would say if I could do it, you can do it. Don't let yourself hold yourself back. It's not easy. You do have to have a thick skin, but it's not impossible. And all you have to do is try it. Just try it. You might like it. I know I did. It worked very well for me, and it's opened a lot of doors, and I've met a lot of great people. A lot of great people. Surprisingly enough, you'd think construction too, and in plumbing, but there's men that I've had in my life that I cherish, that have passed. My sisters, cherish them dearly. So sometimes trying something new that's unexpected, that is not the norm, can be a little frightening, but you never know. It could be the best thing in your life. It could change your world. I know it's changed mine.
For the better. Look at you.
Yes, it has.
Look at all
Look at, I met you. Oh my God. Come on. My sister. I love
Yes,
it.
sister. We never would have met had we not been in the trades, had we not been in UA together, right? It's amazing, and that's one of my favorite things about being in the trades. You just never know. You never know who you're going to meet and who you're
No.
going to make a connection with, and where the trades is going to take you. Look at the long list of things I have right in front of me that you are involved in, that you're not finished with, that these are going to take you to the next level. Like I said, you're going to be in the White House, and I don't think you're going to be there as the plumber, but you could start that way, work your way up.
But you never know. If I am, you'll be like, I know the plumber at the White House.
She's a friend of mine. She's a sister. Yes. Anyways, okay. I don't want to take up too much of your time, like I said, but you have the floor. Is there anything else you would like to say to anybody that's listening to this podcast? Anything you'd like to share?
Um, No, other than just try it. I mean, really, it's you can find probably a local pre-apprenticeship program, which is very good, like Chicago Women in the Trades. You can even contact Chicago Women in the Trades to try to find a local pre-apprenticeship program, because that's always good to kind of like dabble and check out what you like or what you don't like, if you're really interested and if this is a career path for you. But you know, for me, the UA Plumbers Local 130 has been a true blessing in my life, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I got in just when I was supposed to, you know, and because of that, I met great people and have great people in my life and am truly blessed. So this is something that can be life changing for sure. So I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for all that you do for women, for all that you do within the UA. I'm, like I've said many times already, I'm honored to be considered a sister and a friend of yours. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes. And thank you so much for taking the time to do this podcast with me. I know you're overworked and you're just do so many wonderful things. Anyways, I'm going to say
Thank
goodbye
you,
now.
Jill.
We'll stop the recording, but don't go anywhere because I want to say goodbye to you and have a little chat. I'm going to send you some goodies. I'm going to get some swag from Trailblazers Inc. and I'll send you some goodies. Thank you so much.
Excited. I'm excited for you.
Okay, we'll stop the recording now. Thank you very much and have a good night. Bye now.